Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to repair this circuit board right here. This is an oven control board, and I will show you how I do that. I got few packages here, but the one that I really need right now is this one, I believe. So I'm gonna open it up and see what's going on there. So I have to replace this relay and those two relays, and supposedly those relays are right here. So let's check it out. Paperwork, boxes, garbage. Okay, so I'm gonna just unpack these guys and see what's inside. And this is the two relays right here. Looks like they are the same size. So these ones I'm gonna swap, and this one is the other big relay. This guy right here. Okay, so let's start and I will show you how we do that. This controller is from a Kenmore Elite. It's made by Electrolux, and the part number is, it's not the full part number, but it's 3164627. There's two more digits, but I can't see that. The whole assembly part number is 316462808, and it's obsolete. You can't get this anymore. You might be able to get it maybe second hand somewhere, but not a brand new one. It's an older stove. It's probably closer to 10 years old. This one got stuck in there. Whoa, I think it's got broken a little bit. Okay, I got it out. Alright, let's start the work. So there's two clips here. You release them like so at the same time, and then you just lift the sandwich board out. Be careful not to break those pins. And I'm gonna start with the big relay. I'm just gonna take them all out and then I will put them back in. If you're not sure how it's done, you can always ask me in the comments below, or you can send it in. We serve all Canada, across Canada. This is a local board, but we get boards all over the country. This one I think came from this one's from Ontario. Okay, so first what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this big relay. one's already loose. Out. Now I'm gonna remove those two. Those two, they have 6 legs, as you can see. The size is the same. Everything is the same. This is the coils, and then you have 4 more legs on top there. I always put flux. I don't like those mounts, but I don't have any other idea so far, but they should stay still, but whatever. Doesn't work really well, but it is what it is. I'm just trying to find those crackers. Oh, here. These ones are so good, I like them. They're small and sharp. Okay, now I'm gonna take all the solder out. I want to tell you a recent story I had. I'm not going to mention names and stuff, but it's about new employees that we're constantly hiring and firing, hiring and firing. I had this guy, he claimed that he's like an electrician and he have lots of experience and he know everything. So he had some knowledge, but I would not say he's like a really knowledgeable guy. But I took him, I decided to give him a chance. I hired him and he worked for probably with me when I went with him on a service calls. I think he worked with me for probably 2 weeks, and I told him, I said the training's gonna be only 2 weeks. Don't expect me to train you like, you know, for longer, because you know I can't really train you in 2 weeks. Like I'm trying to get guys with a little bit of experience. Like I'm not hiring, you know, people with 0 experience. I'm trying to get someone with a little bit of knowledge. It seems to be like he had some knowledge, but not enough, so I decided I'll hire him. But yeah, and I told him too that this position would be like a part-time position, so don't expect that I'm gonna give you like lots of calls, because I don't know if you guys in the industry, but the way it works, usually new guys, they have lots of return calls, and usually those calls, they come back after a couple weeks. So just for, you know, to be on the safe side, I usually don't like to give him too many calls right away. So we agreed and stuff like that. So he said, yeah, no problem, I can do that. Just see me. I can do it, no problem. I'm an electrician, blah, 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 all those stories that we all heard. Anyways, so I took him 2 weeks. I did training. I trained him a little bit. I showed him like the basics, how to take things apart and you know, those things. I didn't go with him for too complex appliances, just basic appliances, nothing major. And after 2 weeks he was kind of hesitant, he didn't want to start on his own, but I told him, I have other things to do and I can't really babysit you. And he's not a young guy, so I thought, he can do that, no problem. Also, something I mentioned, I said, don't quit your job like the one that you have right now, because you never know, maybe you're not gonna like it. And he's like, no, this is something I really like, thank you very much, and blah blah blah. All those stories that everyone gives you. Anyways, to make the story short, I gave him this opportunity to start with us. So he worked probably 2 weeks with me, and then oh, I just lost one. Okay, 2 weeks he was with me, working with me, and then the other 2 weeks I let him do it on his own. I just want him to start on his own and see how he does, because I wanted to make sure I hired the right person for this job, for this position. I gave him a few things, like I understand the new guys, they don't know exactly what needs to be bought and stuff like that, so I decided to give him a break, and I also give him, I think, a few tools and stuff so he can start, and I didn't want him to spend too much money in the beginning. Anyways, we started, and then after 2 weeks he had few return calls and stuff like that. I explained him that this is normal, you can't really do that like an expert without lots of practice. So he had few return calls and stuff like that. I had to send them back. There was some communications problems with between us customers and the, what do you call it, and him. And you know what, I didn't want to really let him go. I said, to myself, I said, maybe you just need some time, and after that he would be like a good employee. Turns out I went to one call, sorry, so that's when he quit. I think he went on one call to one lady, and then she was unhappy, she was stressed out, and I told him exactly what needs to be done. I didn't want to go there. I want him to kind of try to deal it on his own. So the lady got stressed out and stuff like that. He went there, I think, twice. He couldn't fix the issue. I said, it's normal. Just try your best. Don't panic. Blah, blah, blah. All those things. And then he couldn't fix it. So anyways, I went with him. I showed him how it's done. I explained him everything, operation, fridge, and everything, what needs to be done there. I showed him everything. We stepped outside, the job is done. He came to me, he's like, you know what, Vladimir, I'm stressing out too much and I can't do that anymore. And I'm like, buddy, you don't even, like, I didn't tell him that, of course, but I was thinking to myself, so, buddy, you don't even know what stress is yet. You know, this is just the beginning. Anyways, so yeah, I had to let him go because, you know, he was not the best candidate ever. He was okay guy, but I guess it's not for him. So what I'm trying to say here is that this job, whatever we're doing, it really looks easy, you know. For some people they think it's so easy, but it's really not that easy, you know. I had so many guys start and quit on me, you have no idea. Anyways, let's get back to work here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm just checking to make sure everything is good. All the points, like this point, I wanna just put a little bit more solder here. Looks like it's not bad, but I just wanna kind of make sure it's all nice. Yeah, now it's perfect. So I'm just going over my work just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, so this is it. I'll just have to clean it up. If you guys have any questions, you can comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching and take care. Bye bye.